who's gonna click off, right?
I know. Yeah, exactly.
It's the worst.
Yeah,
We don't have a drummer.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, how do we start these? I'm used to a drummer starting things, so no, that's not gonna work.
Dude,
We just
that
go
would
for it.
be kind of cool
Have
though.
somebody click off for us.
Dude, just yeah,
No.
just
Anyway, this is Cameron and Michael. We're back again. We're
Yeah.
gonna break down another song. Michael's got one today.
Yes.
What song is it, man?
After a week or two of deliberation, I've just been obsessed with this song called Vinta by Crumb. And I found this song on like some random playlist. I don't even remember what the playlist was, but I found the song a few months ago and went to the EP. The whole EP is awesome. Like it at first I thought they were a three-piece because I swear I mainly only hear like a little bit of guitar, like drums and bass.
Yeah.
But I did look up a live video to this. I didn't find any that were awesome audio quality, but I saw they had a fourth playing a little bit of keyboard. But super straightforward. This is off their EP that was released in 2016. But yeah, Vinta. I mean, do I really want to tell you about it, or should we just jump in?
We can jump in. I listened to it once earlier.
Oh, you did?
Fair warning.
Okay, good.
So I like the vibe of the band. I haven't heard of them before either.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. A little bit different. What I think, and I'm like gonna try to not talk about this thing before we even, get in. But I guess I'll save it. Yeah.
Well, maybe before we jump in, what's like for somebody hearing this new? What was one thing that caught you about the song, just in general, like a general thing about the song?
So it will become not a surprise to learn that I really like hardcore music and metal. And something I like about this band is that they seem to bring like a weird amount of aggression for how soft the delivery is. Like it's a very gentle sound for how like aggressive the music is.
Right.
And like there'll be times when the drummer sounds like they're playing like some like, big, kind of like rock or like sometimes even like almost a metal beat. But or like the bass player's doing like triplets with the bass, and it has almost like that same kind of thing.
Like a gallop or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like super soft and just kind of jazzy. And so I like something that throws a curveball like that. And pretty clean vocals too. But you can definitely tell that there's like a good amount of aggression in the song. So I would say that that's probably the thing that stuck out to me the most is how like I said, kind of soft and gentle the delivery is for how seemingly aggressive the music is. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. But I know. I'm excited. All right. Let's start.
Let's do it. I can hear that synth on top.
Yeah. Cool. Just a little bit.
Winter's here and the wind's so chill. Wish I could go back when the heat was still. Stay inside of this pale white room. I feel trapped, my mind, the impending doom.
That's nice.
Yeah, and I just gotta say, like, I don't know. I never used to appreciate bass that. I know it sounds terrible.
Man.
I was like, I know. There's a bass behind it. I was a guitar player, and guitar players are so lame. They don't appreciate bass enough. But then I don't know what kind of music started changing it for me. But all of a sudden, I don't know. Maybe learning just like the little ounce I know about any sort of sound. I was like, oh, bass is super important. But bands like this where they seem almost led by the bass.
Yeah.
Like this song is very much heavily bass driven, and I just really get a kick out of it.
Yeah. I mean, already like, what are we? Not even 45 seconds in, and there's already been probably like 3 distinct parts.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool. So like a few things I'm hearing that work really well is the intro, pretty big, full band, got the nice hook at the top. It sounded like it was a synth and guitar lead at the same time.
Yeah, or maybe
maybe like an affected guitar.
maybe a pedal, something like that.
But that was really cool. And then the way obviously rhythm section holding it down, but then a really nice trick to use to kind of create dynamics right out of the gate is big intro cut to stripped back verse.
Yeah,
which we should listen to it again, but I think it was just guitar and vocal, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and
in
then,
like a different timing too, or something. Yeah,
we should listen to that again. I mean, a couple bars in, you catch what she's doing, but at the very first, it's such a different feel that it kind of pulls you in. So I think that's really cool. I love when songs do that, when they lead you in one way and then quickly they change directions and add a completely different dimension to it. So that was really cool.
Yeah, and by the time you're done with the verse, I mean, there's a whole different, like,
you just got a whole nother complete soundscape to the whole song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then I'm already excited about that bass line, primarily being a bassist. Like, that was really fun right out of the gate. So we've already had like 3 mini movements.
Yeah,
and we're not even to like a second verse or chorus or anything like that. So
yeah,
you want to try from the top again?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah.
That field change is so nice.
So chill, wish I could go back when the heat was still. Stay inside of this pale white room. I feel trapped, my mind, the impending doom.
And I just gotta say, again, I'm gonna just take it back to, I like metal, okay, and just the fact that they got like, I know it's probably not, I don't know, it's not arpeggios, but like, almost a little tappy, you know, with like the breaks too, dun, 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 dun. Like, but done as soft as possible. It feels like.
Yeah, I really like you got the call and response thing going on there. The dun 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 dun, and then her voice kind of trailing off in between.
Yeah,
which her voice is super mesmerizing for this song too. It's
like, totally.
You have all the kind of like the jagged rhythms with the bass and stuff, especially, and then her voice just kind of floating on top is like the best combo.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's clean. Yeah.
Yeah, I think whenever you can draw out that contrast, whether the vocals are jagged and the music's smooth, or the band is jagged and the vocals are smooth, it's like it's like a sweet salty kind of thing. So anyway, I really like
there's something about that contrast that works to smooth it out. Yeah. I wish I could think of another example right off the top of my head, but like almost every kind of anytime you got raspy voice over a piano or a guitar, you know, I mean, that works.
Contrast is good.
Yeah. So okay, anyways,
one more.
So
a little beat drop there, where I don't know if I heard that right, but it sounded like he left out a snare.
Oh, maybe.
Or a kick. I might have heard that wrong.
I feel like I heard a little bit of a space. Yeah.
And then I gotta say too, like there's some drummers doing like some drag, kind of like dragging the beat a bit, and then her voice ends up being the anchor. like everything's
Tell
her
me what
voice.
you mean.
So her voice is just doing that consistent rhythm, kind of a simple, like winding
Oh yeah.
type vocal melody, and then everything else is kind of dancing around it.
What?
Which I think that's what
I
keeps
feel
it
like I
working,
know what
because
you're
it
talking
still
about.
feels really solid, even though like, you know, the rest of the band is rhythmically getting a little bit more complex. So I think that makes it really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up the drummer because we haven't talked at all about the drumming in the song yet. But yeah, I am not super in tune with like, you know, drumming technique or theory or anything like that. So I feel like I feel what you're talking about, but I definitely wouldn't be able to put it into words. But I don't know if it's these amazing monitors or because I'm like used to listening on like some Bose or whatever. Not even the nice one, like a mini speaker. But the like the cymbals in the background. I just noticed at one point there was just they were almost just hitting cymbals with almost every you know, like beat or yeah. And just the placement of where the cymbals ended up, and there was like some big one that just kind of ended up in the middle back, and I just kind of like, you know, I noticing that kind of thing on these monitors. It's a good way to fill out a lot of space. It seems, again, I'm no expert. It seems like it'd be a good way to fill out a lot of space with you know how little instruments they have in the mix already.
Well, I think in that everybody choosing a different, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Everybody's got their role, of course. Like you're kind of describing the drums. Kick and snare got kind of their little dancey thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Cymbals are filling it out, but then all the complexity is mostly from the bass and the tapping. But nobody's doing anything perfectly mirrored. They're all just fitting together.
Yeah.
Which I think that's really cool. That's hard to do well. And so, I mean, great job for these guys. This song is really cool. Like they've figured out how to kind of mesh the parts by listening to one another. Nobody feels like they're stepping on each other's feet. Like everybody kind of has their specific thing. Kind of like we were talking about Punch Brothers on another video, you know, totally different style of music, but like same thing. Like everybody's thinking about how does my part fit with the whole, like the drummer's not trying to necessarily copy the bassist isn't copying the guitarist, but they're all like, you can hear the awareness.
Yeah.
You know? So that's cool.
I've almost forgotten about guitar in this song.
Yeah, well, they're mostly sticking up high and kind of creating more atmosphere than they are like any sort of rhythm.
Yeah.
Rhythm's all bass drums on this, which is cool for like basically like a 4-piece.
I was about to say, good foundation for it.
So
I rewound it a little bit.
Is that like a Rhodes we've been hearing?
I think so. I'm no
Something like that.
synthesizer expert, but that sounds like the thing that
definitely
people
have that like bell, like it's a Rhodes or something to that effect.
Yeah, I rewound it a little bit.
Oh, you did? Okay,
yeah.
cool. Let's keep going, man. We barely made it through like a third of the song.
I know, but it's
so
juicy
good.
though.
Okay,
I've been obsessed with this song because for that. Yeah,
it's really cool, man. I saw that these guys have like another. This looks earlier, like a small EP, and then they have some full lengths and stuff too. I'm gonna have to dig in.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I haven't even really gotten that far. I know.
Still stuck on the EP.
Yeah, Lisa called. I was cooking in the kitchen when the song came up on a playlist, and I think she could tell that I like went and queued up a bunch of their other songs or something like that. And by the end, like she's like, "You like them, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, they're pretty good." Yeah.
Carry on.
Anyways,
let's hear some more.
I see dreams of the things inside. She can't keep her peace when her lover's high.
It's definitely like a Rhodes.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I love it.
Sadie thinks if she had the time, she could make it big, living out her prime. The city once was a place to thrive. Now the city's gone, but her mind's alive. Riding in the way down.
liking all of this.
I know.
Spacey keys.
That's why you don't want me in a band, because it'll just be that like the whole time by the I love a good trash can ending.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I could just see it in the set. Like, definitely want to see them live now. That's cool.
Well, I now I feel like I have to take back my comments about gentleness, because I'm like, have I been listening to the song wrong? I don't know. That sounded very aggressive to me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's through these. Again.
Got all psychedelic and jam sesh at the end there. That was fun.
Yeah, for sure. I know. And we got a solo.
That was cool.
That's a solo. It builds up, high notes.
Yeah, a couple of comments kind of from the rhythm section perspective. I thought it can be pretty easy to like make an instrumental section be kind of just wall of sound, boring.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm sure I've played my share of boring instrumental jams.
I was about to say, I usually like a wall of sound, but
well,
yeah.
Well,
go
I
on.
mean, like, it's one thing to have like a lot of volume, but to create interest, as you're going, like, what was that? That was probably like a minute and a half of instrumental.
Yeah.
With a build-up solo. But I think the dynamics that are in that is a great example of building dynamics into even your instrumentals, where the rest of their song they're quickly moving from like section to section. That was way more of a long build, kind of based on, you had that kind of bass drum thing from the get-go, and then the keys and the guitar laid out for a bit. Then, they're sneaking back in. But one thing they did, which I think is a fun trick, especially for the rhythm section, is they went from, if I'm remembering correctly, first drums and bass, you got either closed hat or fast ride.
Yeah.
There was just a lot of notes on the cymbals, and bass is pretty much just doing it, kind of that driving feel. Then you notice right when they went to the guitar solo,
Yeah.
When she starts kicking in with that, like hits the pedals and stuff, they stagger the beat, or they didn't stagger the beat, but they chopped it up.
Yeah.
Where it wasn't so constant.
Yep.
It's like dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun dun dun, which kind of related, but not really. But like, bands like Mars Volta and stuff, they love doing that kind of stuff, where they take the same feel, but then they just start chopping it in different pieces. And then finally, for the last part where it kind of grew to the biggest, then I think, was he riding on like a crash or something at that point?
I feel like I heard an open hi-hat at one point.
Yeah, but then it went way more open. But they did that whole thing whereas
but
busy
yeah,
and
like,
closed,
yeah.
kind of like dropping sections out to sort of create these like cliff drops, in the music, and then finally going back to like big all the way into attraction. I think that's, always looking at ways where like the bass, the notes he was playing were pretty much the same notes the whole way throughout, but they just found ways to, change the structure underneath for the solo. So the solo, she got to develop the solo, but it wasn't just the same background the whole time. It wasn't just playing to some track,
Yeah, and it sounds like someone's just making noises on the synth, or some sort of like panned over here. It sounded like there was just this rising tension of I don't know if it was,
Playing the pedals.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
We've played with that before.
That's a really good way of putting that. Yeah.
I don't know what they were doing, but it's always fun when, somebody just solos and the other person's just like hitting their pedals, just trying to make something crazy pop out.
Something reverb or feedback in the right way. Yeah. That's what it felt like.
It was fun.
Yeah. I don't know what, see, and this is where I'm like, I wish I knew more about, effects and whatnot. But when it drops into that last part where I think from the point in which kind of the tones change, like the guitar tones, and I feel like almost even the drum tone drops into something just different sound. And I don't know if it sounds like almost boxy, or maybe you might have a better terminology for it. Almost the whole thing at first when it drops into the drum and guitar kind of instrumental. Let's see if we can go back to it. I think it skipped the song. Yeah, there we go.
Sorry, this will be at the beginning for a second. Let me take it back just a little bit. Sorry, guys. Is this about probably where it is?
Yeah, right here. Yeah. And I guess the drums don't really sound very boxy.
Yeah, they just kind of dig in more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody just like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
I love how the bassist cues it up.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
Walks it right in.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Sounds like I don't know what pedals she's using. It sounds like some sort of flanger or chorus and then
with some sort of chorus. Yeah.
I'm a bassist to guitarist, so I know less about pedals than I should. But anyway, fun stuff.
I certainly know less than I should as well. Yeah, and again, just back to it sounds like somebody has some sort of hardcore influences, and then by the end with the trash can, it almost sounds math metally, where you're hitting a series of discordant notes.
I love it.
I reading the lyrics of the song, I wasn't positive, but it seemed like they might have been commenting on mental health a little bit. There's lines about being in a room with all white walls and wanting to be outside of that room, and they profile a couple characters. I think I hear Davey and maybe Sophie or Cassie or something. Anyways, so I just kind of wonder if that whole outro with even the synths, building tension, and even the discordant guitars and the kind of madness that ensues by the end of the song.
Right.
I wonder if it's not just some sort of artist representation of that kind of an experience. And so listening to it on my way over here, I was just kind of like, it's almost
if that's what they were going.
It's almost what it feels like. Yeah. So
we're gonna have to start interviewing people.
Yeah, I know. Well, I looked up the interview. I literally typed in like interview, like I was trying. And now I'm not a very good Googler, but I felt like I was doing pretty good, and I couldn't find anything. So, let's get them on the line.
Yeah, Crumb, we like your music.
Give us a call. Talk to us about Vinta. But yeah, highly recommend the whole other album. I've heard bits and pieces from some of their other. They just released a full length and a new release, and I've heard I think one or two of the songs off there, and it's consistent. They're good. So
nice.
Yeah, definitely recommend.
Revisit some from the new record too.
Yeah.
I'm down for repeats. Like
nice.
It'd be fun.
All right, but yeah.
Cool. Good pick, man.
That's all I got. Thanks.
Till next time.
I know, right?